Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight on our news.
A public domain survey reveals that the FNM's approval rating has declined.
Our news is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us. I'm Christina Dragovich. Topping news tonight, a mere 11 months after its landslide election victory, which wiped out all but 4 Progressive Liberal Party candidates last year, a newly released survey shows that the Free National Movement has already lost significant political capital with an increasingly dissatisfied Bahamian electorate. However, the Deputy Prime Minister says he's not concerned about a private poll. Kyle Joaquin reports.
Well, if you thought the Deputy Prime Minister was concerned at all about the results of that public domain poll, you couldn't be more wrong. When asked about it today during a press conference, Turnquest basically brushed it off, saying the FNM has only been in office for about 11 months.
Well, I think it's apples and oranges.
A day after Bahamian market and research firm Public Domain released its April 2018 poll data measuring satisfaction in the FNM government's performance thus far, Deputy Prime Minister Peter Turnquest says he's not fazed at all by results, which show an increasing number of Bahamians believe the country is headed in the wrong direction.
You must bear in mind that this administration is, 11 months in, and it is unreasonable to expect that you can change the world in a day. It doesn't happen that way.
And with 4 years left, Turnquest says Bahamians will see and benefit from all the government has been doing. When we reached out to Free National Movement Chairman Carl Culmer today for a response as the party spokesman, he refused. However, Turnquest didn't mince his words, saying an opinion poll is the least of the Minister administration's worries right now.
And so I'm not concerned about some private ratings. Those are not the things that are going to drive what we do and why we do what we do. The fact of the matter is that we have a very viable and sustainable financial center, and we intend to promote good and best practices and strengthen our promotion of the financial services sector.
The FNM won by a landslide last May, leaving the PLP with only 4 seats in Parliament. But with 1 month to go until the 1-year anniversary of the party's election victory, the Minnis administration has had its share of successes and scandals, from immigration reform and a decrease in crime to the embarrassing Oban saga and the firing of Reese Chipman as chairman of the Antiquities, Monuments and Museums Corporation. Still, Turnquest says give it time.
We've been very busy restoring the reputation of the Bahamas, very busy trying to put our house in order, and we will see some of the effects of that as we move into the new fiscal year, when we will have an opportunity to present our plan for the upcoming year, which will set the stage for the future.
For our news, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
Well, despite the Deputy Prime Minister's apparent indifference to the poll, the president of Bahamian market and opinion research firm Public Domain says the new government should be alarmed that its honeymoon period appears to be over less than a year after its win. Jasmine Brown takes a look at the numbers and what they mean.
As a pollster, I've never seen an administration go down that fast in less than a year.
The Bahamian market and opinion research firm released its April 2018 poll data on satisfaction with the government's performance and whether the country is going in the right or wrong direction. 1,000 Bahamians were surveyed from March 15 to April 7, 2018. The results of the poll show a steady decline since May 2017. According to the poll, general satisfaction with the Minnis administration stands currently at 44%. That figure represents an 18% decline in general satisfaction since the May 2017 election. Raming says it's clear that the honeymoon period is over for the FNM.
A year is normally the honeymoon period, where no matter what you do, we were tired of the last one, you're the new one, we're still giving you a chance, we want to see all the things you can do. But you have to communicate not only what you are doing, but what your plans are.
The number of respondents generally not satisfied with the FNM administration has increased from 5% since the May 2017 election to 33% in April 2018. That represents a 28% increase over the past year.
It's trending very badly for this administration.
But that's not all. Since the general election, the number of respondents who believe the country is generally going in the right direction has declined from 67% to 40%. Not everything trended downward, though. There was a reported increase in the number of people who believe the country is generally going in the wrong direction. That number increased from 21% to 39%. As for the way forward for the FNM, considering the dismal results of the survey, Raming says there was one thing that was strikingly apparent.
I think one of the ways that they need to fix it, they need to tell people what they're doing. And they need effective communication to tell people what they're doing. I've not seen any evidence of effective communication over the last 10 months. And the danger here, and I tell people, we saw the last administration, and we saw the administration before that. Once people tune you out, it's very, very difficult for you to come back from that.
Raming says while the results may be a hard pill for the Free National Movement to swallow, he hopes that moving forward they can learn from those results. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
In other news, a man who was gunned down on Ackland Street Wednesday morning has died in hospital. According to police reports, the man was standing in front of a building around 11 a.m. yesterday when a silver vehicle pulled up and a gunman jumped out, opening fire on the victim before getting back into the vehicle and speeding off. The victim was transported to hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries. Investigations continue. This latest killing comes 2 days after police reported 2 murders in under 12 hours in the Anglerston community. And authorities are also investigating an apparent suicide. Last night, officers were called to a home in western New Providence where a woman was found with a plastic bag over her head. Attempts by emergency medical services personnel to revive her failed. She was pronounced dead on the scene. Police said in a statement the woman has been identified as 51-year-old Kimberly Ann Wallace of Venetian West. And Deputy Prime Minister Peter Turnquest hitting back at opposition leader and Public Accounts Committee Chairman Philip Davis, who yesterday said the committee had summoned personnel from the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Education amid separate probes in which the PAC said requests for responses have gone ignored. Turnquest said no one in this matter is playing politics but the opposition.
Let me assure you that there is nothing that we at the Ministry of Finance are concerned about in terms of the way that we have managed our finances from our election and appointment in May to now. And in fact, we have reported to the Bahamian people clearly, accurately, all of the financial statistics of the country. And I have no difficulty answering any question. I've done it already at least 3 times.
Davis said in a statement the committee awaited word from the Ministry of Finance on the question of the deficit figures and from the central bank. He said the central bank responded, but the finance ministry claims that the PAC has no jurisdiction to review the matter. Central Bank Governor John Roll would not say much on the matter, but confirmed that the central bank responded to the PAC in writing.
No, I won't speak publicly to it. We've communicated with the Accounts Committee to explain to them the compilation methodologies for government statistics.
With the exception of Golden Gates MP Michael Folks, members of the committee met in the House of Assembly yesterday. Other members include Exuma's and Ragged Island MP Chester Cooper, Mangrove Key and South Andros MP Picewell Forbes, and Centerville MP Reese Chipman. Still to come on Our News, one young woman's struggle with Stevens-Johnson syndrome, and a little later in sports, record breaker Shanae Miller-Weibo races to the gold at the Commonwealth Games. That and more when Our News returns.